color is called Care To Danse. This was from the New York City Ballet Soft Shades collection, which came out a couple years ago. This is a very, very, very sheer lavender tinted color. Like so sheer to the point in the first coat it just looks glossy on the nail. So this is definitely going to be a 3-coat swatch. OPI, I don't know if they still do them, but they used to do sheer tone collections like every late winter, early spring. And they were specifically collections of like 5 or 6 colors that all looked like this. And I think they were all sort of aimed towards like bridal things or the working professional that really likes these types of colors. So that's why, for me, that's why OPI has so many in their line that look like this. So yeah, that's the first coat of Care To Danse. I'm gonna go in now with the second coat of Care To Danse, and you will see that it applies a little bit more opaque, but not entirely opaque. You get still quite a bit of visible nail line, but you get that sort of tint of purple to your nails. I've kept this one for so long because it does have that slight lavender tint to it. But you have to pile it on your nails quite a bit to actually get like a fully lavender looking color on your nails. So that is 2 coats of Care To Danse. I'm going to go in now with the third coat of Care To Danse, and you'll see that it adds quite a bit of thickness to the nail. Like, this is not a thin nail polish when you try to get it fully opaque, but it does get a little bit more purple, and although it does add color, you still have visible nail lines. So this is definitely one of those colors that kind of never really goes fully opaque. So yeah, that is 3 coats of Care To Danse. So this one is, I think I'm going to keep this one because I do really like the fact that it is slightly lavender tinted. However, it's kind of on the hook because I have so many sheer colors that at the end of the day, they all kind of look the same on the nail. So this is going to be a polish that I compare with all of my sheer OPIs and kind of weed out from there. I mentioned this in my last video, but there are going to be a lot of colors like that where I have to wait to compare because they're all very similar. So this is keep for now, see how it sort of fares in the world of all my sheer colors. This color is called Steady As She Rose. This is from the Pirates of the Caribbean collection. I mentioned this before when I talked about the Pirates of the Caribbean collection, but that had an entire collection of sort of springy colors, but they had a little bit of a dusty twist to all of them. So this is in the same vein as those colors. This is a light pink that has just that slight drop of gray and mauve to it to make it not like your typical bright spring light sheer pink color. This also has a really nice cream formula, so it doesn't go on sheer or sort of like jelly-like in any way. So that is the first coat of Steady As She Rose. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Steady As She Rose, and this actually gets it fully opaque. It is a little bit streaky, so if you have this polish or you were thinking about buying this polish, I would say don't manipulate it too much on the nail. You're going to want to be more sure of your like brush strokes when you apply it. So that is 2 coats of Steady As She Rose. So this one I am going to keep. I actually do wear this quite often when I want sort of like a palette cleanser sort of look on my nails because it's pink but not being too pink, and I think it is a little bit more unique amongst my collection. So this one is going to stay. So this color is called Teenage Dream. This was from the Katy Perry collection. This is the one color that I feel like was so hyped, and for good reason, and it's the one color that I think everyone still covets. I wish I had more than just one backup bottle because it is so pretty. I just want to say that my bottle has lost a little bit of its color, so it is definitely more pink when you have a new bottle of it. Mine definitely turned a little bit more nude toned. And I don't know why it did that, but it's just, I have used about 3/4 of this bottle already, so it's kind of on its last leg. But anyway, this is Teenage Dream. At the first coat, you can see it is pretty sheer. When it had its full color, you could see that it was a pink base, but it was still pretty sheer. So yeah, that is the first coat of Teenage Dream. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Teenage Dream. And this does add quite a bit of color, or I guess glitter in this case, but in its original form it did make it pretty much fully opaque. And I actually really like the way that this color has faded into like a nudie pink color. I use this quite often just for a gel like sparkle on the nail. So yeah, that is 2 coats of Teenage Dream. So this one I am going to keep, even though it has lost its color quite a bit. I still really like the way it just looks on the nail. That slight pink tint does help a little bit to make your nail look a little bit more polished, and I like it. So yeah, that is Teenage Dream. This color is called Significant Other Color, and this is a very light lilac-y sort of color with a bright green flash running through it. I think I saw this at CVS one day and thought, I've never seen that before, and so I purchased it. It's very, very sheer on the first coat, but you can see the green flash pretty well. It definitely needs a couple of coats to build, so I am going to do probably 3 coats of this as well. So I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Significant Other Color, and this adds a little bit more of that pinky lilac base. It does make the green shimmer a little bit stronger, but you can see that there is quite a bit of visible nail line left, so I am going to let this dry and then do a 3rd coat. So I'm going to go now with the 3rd coat of Significant Other Color, and you can see that it adds just that last bit of opacity so that the nail is pretty much fully covered, and it adds a little bit more shimmer. This is definitely one of those colors that looks really neutral on the nail. It gives a gloss, it gives a really sort of sophisticated look on the nail, but when you get close enough you can see that bright green flash. So it's kind of like a secret fun polish for yourself. So yeah, that is 3 coats of Significant Other Color. This polish actually really reminds me of Rapunzel, like the Tangled movie from Disney, because it has that sort of same color scheme. At a certain angle you can see that it goes kind of orangey and pink, and then there's that green for Pascal and then the purple for Rapunzel. But anyway, I think I am going to destash this color. I don't wear it very often, and as pretty as it is, I feel like Zoya Adina is a better polish than this. Like, it has a little bit stronger of a base, and so this one is going to get destashed. So this color is called India Mood for Love. This is from the India collection, and that was like I think it was a spring summer collection that was released the year before I got into nail polish. So this is a pretty bright saturated pink cream. It's very, very pretty, and it's definitely one of my go-to pink creams. It's perfect for spring. It's got a little bit of a blue tone to it, so it's not super, super bright, but yeah, this is the first coat of India Mood for Love. I'm going to go in now with the 2nd coat of India Mood for Love, and this adds full opacity, and you can see that when it dries down, it does dry down a little bit darker and a little bit less bright. It's still very, very pretty though, and it's a very easy color to apply to the nails. So this is 2 coats of India Mood for Love. So this one I am going to destash. I have another OPI pink called That's Hot Pink that I actually wear a little bit more than this, even though this is one of my go-to pinks. I have a couple from Zoya as well, so this one is going to be destashed. So this color is called 8 Berries in the Canaries, and this is sort of like a fuchsia berry toned color, and this was also, I believe, from the Spain collection. This one is more pink than Pamplona Purple was. At the first coat you can see it's actually pretty opaque. I am going to need 2 coats because there is just a little bit of visibility in there, but it's very, very pretty and a really nice spring and fall color. I actually wear this more in the spring, but it was a fall color, but I feel like because it is a little bit darker, it would transition pretty well into fall as well. So that's the first coat of 8 Berries in the Canaries. I'm going to go in now with the 2nd coat of 8 Berries in the Canaries, and this gives full opacity, and you can tell that it adds a little bit more purple to the color. At the first base, you could see, or first coat, you could see the base was a little bit more pink, but this definitely made it a little bit more purple. So that's the 2 coats of 8 Berries in the Canaries. So this color I am going to put in the maybe pile. This is going to be compared to some Zoya colors I have as well. I have a couple of brighter sort of cream colors like this in the pinks and purples, especially from Zoya, that I have to compare to a lot of other colors. So this is going to be compared and then destashed from there. This color is called Let Me Entertain You. This was from the Burlesque collection, and this is a magenta glass fleck. This one is very, very similar to Zoya's Allegra, and it's very magenta in the first coat. You can see how pink it is, and that shimmer is there, but it definitely needs a little bit of a build-up for it to really pop. So that's the first coat of Let Me Entertain You. So with the second coat of Let Me Entertain You, you get a little bit more opacity, and the shimmer definitely comes out really, really nicely with it. So yeah, I am going to leave it at 2 coats because it's fully covering the nail. So yeah, that is 2 coats of Let Me Entertain You. So this color is also going to be kept to compare, especially against Zoya's Allegra, just to double check that I don't have 2 colors that look exactly the same. As much as I like the formula on this, and as much as I love glass flex, I just need to make sure that I don't have too many dupes of each other, so this is going to be kept to compare. So this color is called Rally Pretty Pink. This is another Serena Williams color. This is a warm purple with a super bright gold glass fleck shimmer running through it, and it's a very, very densely packed gold shimmer as well. This is probably one of the most packed in glass flecks that I own, and it's really quite pretty. So that is the first coat of Rally Pretty Pink. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Rally Pretty Pink, and this actually gets it fully opaque, and I think it's mostly because of the shimmer. That shimmer just makes it so reflective that you kind of can't see past it. With the second coat, you do get a little bit more of that purple base, but you definitely see the shimmer a lot more, especially in the angle that I'm swatching and showing you guys right now. So that is 2 coats of Rally Pretty Pink. So this polish I am going to keep to compare. I have, again, a couple of glass flecks from Zoya that I want to compare this to before committing to keep it. So this is going to my compare box. This color is called Casino Royale. This was from the Skyfall collection. This is one of my favorite plummy colors. This is a really beautiful go-to fall color for me as well. This is a plum toned cream color. It has just a tiny drop of purple in it so that it's not too barbecue saucy. And yeah, that is the first coat of Casino Royale. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Casino Royale, and this gets the color completely opaque, and you can see that it adds a little bit of that purple tone back into the polish. This is really easy to apply. It's a really beautiful fall color. It's pretty similar to Skyfall, so if you have Skyfall, you might not want to look for this or purchase it, but it's a very, very pretty color if you're looking for a color like this. This is another polish that's going to go in the compare box. I feel like this is very, very similar to Essie's Bahama Mama and some darker colors that I have from China Glaze, so this is just going to be compared at the end of all of those when I swatch them. So this color is called Manicurist of Seville. I don't actually know what collection this came from, and I can't quite place when I purchased it, but it was a quite early purchase in terms of my collection. And this is a little bit more of a wine toned color compared to Casino Royale. It still has that sort of plummy look to it, but it has more of like a red tint to it. I don't know how it ended up in my like pinks section because it's not very pink, but yeah, this is the first coat of Manicurist of Seville. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Manicurist of Seville, and this gets the polish fully opaque, and you can see it does make it a little bit deeper. It also adds a little bit more of like a berry tone to it, so it looks sort of like what like crushed blackberries look like. It's that same sort of inky deep red color. So that is 2 coats of Manicurist of Seville. So this polish I am going to destash. I just have a lot of colors that are very similar to this. Like you guys just saw Casino Royale, and it's too similar. So this one I am going to destash. So that is this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would totally make my day. If you could subscribe, that would also totally make my day. And I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys soon.